We're live. We're live. Be right back.
Then I read my comics and listened to my comics, seeing folks that look like me, whose powers are astronomical.
Welcome back, fellow knowledge seekers. It is I, Frankie J, and I am back with Dave Wesley.
I forgot I was going to do it. Hey, introduce me again. Introduce me again. Hold on. Introduce me again.
Hold on. All right, welcome back, knowledge seekers. It is My Comics. I am Frankie J, and I am here with Dave Wesley.
I'm here, people.
And we
I'm here.
Are back. So
we back.
This show is gonna be about the real, all right, and it's who solos who, all right, who solos who, and y'all know why I put up that DC Superman gets soloed, because even though I love Man of Steel, he still ain't Superman of the comic books. So there's arguing points to this, but what's up, Charles Hazelton? So we're gonna get into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up a quick 10-second video on the versus match, and then we're gonna discuss it, because there's some very interesting matchups that I was kind of feeling like, man, hold on now. And of course, I'm gonna say the best one for last. But let's get into it. Let's do
it.
So let's face. Let's fight. It's right. A champion now.
So the first one is Scarlet Witch versus Steppenwolf. And
I mean, that's easy.
This is not comic book versions. This is DC version. So what you got for us, Dave? What you got for us?
Just because Steppenwolf was in that terrible movie, Scarlet Witch solos that dude. Bad too. I mean, real bad. She all in his face. Just all in his face. Just hitting with the magic and all that. It's crazy. She whoops him.
Now see, I can't even argue with you about that, because that is my call also, right? And I just want to throw it up. And actually, that's probably the easiest one to really talk about.
Yeah, I would say that was a softball. That was a good way that's a good little warm up. That was a nice little softball there. An easy one at the beginning.
Right. And some people would say, "Oh, Steppenwolf is a new guy. He can take her." I'm like, nah, bro, nah.
In all honesty, I think like the DCEU version of Steppenwolf could probably get bodied by a really strong thug dude. Just being honest about it.
So, the real revelation, he voted for Scarlet Witch and Nick Greer. Steppenwolf has no counter. All right, and all we got to hear is that true facts.
Hey, the minute she say you took everything from me, and Thanos with all of his savagery says, "I don't even know you," I knew it was about to be a problem right there. I was like, "Oh, she finna put hands on dude."
Right. So I know that this next bout probably gonna take probably a good 10 minutes to discuss, because we got to get into it. Because some people they some true believers, but I don't know. Let's just go ahead and play it. You ready? Let's play it.
So let's face. Let's fight. It's right. A champion now.
Now, before y'all say anything, is DECU Batman Ben Affleck, right, versus Shang-Chi.
No, Shang-Chi, sir. Shang-Chi.
I thought it was Shang-Chi.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, but let's stick with how Americans say it. You know what I mean? You know, forget all of the right way to be things, because I mean, he's been Shang-Chi for years.
And then when he get in the movies, right?
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a better Chinese pronunciation of it.
Right.
I haven't seen the Shang-Chi movie, so this is gonna be hard. I only have comic book knowledge of Shang-Chi. So okay, so have you seen the movie?
Yep.
Did he beat up the Iron Fist in the movie?
Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. So in the movies, his dad. Hold on. Hold on. Before we get
there's a question I'm asking. Because that will let me know if I choose Batman or Shang-Chi, because otherwise I can't really vote. I just got to give plot armor to Batman without having any knowledge of Shang-Chi.
So in the movies, he beat his dad. His dad's the leader of the 10 Rings, over 1,000 some years old. And his mom is better than his dad. Like she came out tougher than the dad. But the dad's fight style, he was uncontested. He was nobody could beat him. So that being said, we talk about DCEU Batman with the 10 rings. But I mean, versus Shang-Chi with the 10 rings in hand.
Oh, with them on?
Yeah.
With the rings on? Oh, DCEU Batman
versus DECU. And
DCEU. We gonna work on your we have to work on your what's that, dyslexia? We gotta work on that. I've seen people that read things and the letters are out of place, and they like, I've never seen someone that is verbally dyslexic. Never seen that before.
I said Batman correctly.
You did, but it's all letters. It's like when you put a string of letters together, is like that. That's your weakness. If you had superpowers, your weakness would be letters all together, but they don't spell a word.
They didn't have Fu Manchu in the movie. Mandarin, I guess that's basically Fu Manchu.
Not really. Fu Manchu was Shang-Chi's first villain was Fu Manchu, and I think Fu Man was his uncle, if I'm not. It's been a long time since I read some Shang-Chi. But that was like his first adversary was Fu Man. Fu Manchu was a bad man. Now you got to remember, Fu Manchu was pretty much the embodiment of all American hate toward Asian people. He was every stereotype you could imagine. He had the mustache, he had all that. So it was like he had the Fu Manchu mustache, literally. And so his name was Fu Manchu. And yeah, that's it. I knew they was related to Shang-Chi's father, so I knew they were related. But yeah, and Fu Man was a bad man, dude. He was a bad man. He was a bad man. Now, Shang-Chi also mastered every form in the comic books. He mastered every form of hand-to-hand combat.
So based
I don't know what they say in the movie though.
All right, so check this out. There are spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers, you can just keep watching. So in this movie here, my string of letters, in this movie here, Shang-Chi's dad is the leader of the 10 rings, but the leader of the 10 rings is good. His dad, from what we're gathering, is over 1,000 years old. All right, and I'm thinking that has to do with the 10 rings, but they didn't really get into that. So of course, when Shang-Chi's mom passed away when he was 7, his dad started training him to be an assassin to kill the man that killed their mother. So by the age of 14, he was supposed to go kill that guy. And then his dad sent him on a mission. He didn't want to do it. And so he ran. And that's what we get the movie, his dad coming after him, this and that. But in the movie, The dad is pretty badass. Right?
I mean, they might be setting it up to. They might be actually setting it up to maybe reveal in a later movie that his dad is actually Fu Manchu. Yeah, I mean that would be true to the character in the comic book. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember when that comic book came out, that was like the 70s, right? Like that was back when Asian hate was just coming off of its crescendo with Vietnam and all of that. So it was that comic book really juxtaposed two versions of Asian. Like it had the evil commie Fu Manchu, who was every racist stereotype, but then they had all the positive racial stereotypes attached to Shang-Chi, so I mean, if they wrote it today, it would be a good book. It would probably come off the shelves immediately due to all the racism, but I think it's a good story. It depends on what they do with it, in my opinion.
In actuality, you know what? I would like to comment and just add on to that. I think that would make a great comic book. And the reason being is to show the differences in people today. I mean, we do have a divide kind of across America, and that movie would talk about the divide. Here's one part, and this is in the Asian community. It's racism in the Asian community or discrimination. But anyways, so since you didn't
I'm gonna go, Sean. I didn't watch the movie, but hearing from what you got to say, hearing the similarities to the artwork, I'm gonna have to say Batman. I'm gonna have to say Batman, and the only reason I say Batman is because we got to use the entire DCEU. So that means use Dark Knight Rises, all that stuff. We're talking about a guy that fought Bane and stuff like that. But I mean, I think I'm thinking the 10 rings probably give him a bunch of power. They do different things, but they're not quite on the level of the Infinity Stones. So, and Batman has fought dudes that were wielding mother box technology, so.
Good. I'm glad you brought that up. Anybody else out there got something to say before we start? So
just after more thought, you know what I'm saying? After a little more thought, it's Batman. He's always gonna have the plot armor, whether it's a movie or not. He's always gonna have the plot armor. I mean, he beat up Superman. That doesn't happen in any world ever. But anyway, so he's got the plot armor on his side. He's got the gadgets. He's fought he's fought alien technology and held his own before. Shang-Chi can't fly. This man finna get on a motorcycle and whoop Shang-Chi ass.
Shang-Chi can fly. That's the thing. He can hover in the air for a while, and he beat a demon. He took out a whole demon. He shot the rings into the demon's stomach and exploded him.
Batman beat up a god.
What god? Superman?
Superman, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, you know what? We'll come back to that. Let's move on to the next one.
Look, just saying, he did. You can't say he didn't.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Wasn't no music on that one, I forgot. So, Batman versus Captain Carter.
Now, are we using comic book? Because technically it's animated. It is animated. So that we should be at least at a minimum allowed to use the DCAU when you can't do that. Sir, that's a wash. I refuse to answer this question. I refuse to answer this question.
That's a wash. You can't do
that. You can't do that. You gotta have parameters.
I don't have parameters. Parameters is MCU versus DCEU.
Right, but you're using a character. Okay. So
guess what?
They blended. Marvel blended their cinematic universe with their animated universe with the What If series. That was the purpose of it. So She exists in the MCU, but no live action version of Captain Carter exists.
Well, come on. Then go on ahead and state your case.
Oh, if we get to use the animated series?
The animated series.
Oh, Batman kicks her ass 100%. Every time.
No,
Every time.
I'm going
Every
with Captain
time.
Carter. I'm going with Captain Carter.
No.
And guess what? You know what? Batman might get a couple punches in, but
Batman put hands on Darkseid in the animated universe.
See again. And that goes back to our argument that we have back in the day. All right. And I'm gonna give you this. If I don't want to use Steppenwolf. I'm gonna use the fact of that if Superman can stand up to a bullet, ballistics and power being stronger than a punch and a kick. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Darkseid being as strong as Superman or stronger than Superman, that is poor right. There's no way in hell Batman is supposed to move Darkseid. Darkseid fought against Trigon and was holding his own. Darkseid dusted Superman in the comics. Not in the comics, in the animated universe, dozens of times. Mm-hmm. There's no way in each and every case, even Cyborg went against Darkseid and he couldn't do nothing. So you telling me Batman can hit harder than Cyborg? No. Batman hit harder than Aquaman? No. Batman hit harder than Wonder Woman? No.
So I'm gonna go with you and say I agree with you. I agree with you. The way that Batman gets written is very suspect, like to say the least. It's very suspect, right? Because if you look at the physics of it, it makes sense. Yes, a bullet can bounce off because a bullet has less surface area, surface area tension, whatever. You compare it to bulletproof glass. Yes, if you get an object big enough, moving at a high enough velocity, it can break bulletproof glass because bulletproof glass is designed to take pinpoint impact. I get all that crap. Let's not over-science it. There is an argument amongst Batman fans that I've heard that Batman, prior to the Injustice and all that, had already developed a drug that gave him superhuman strength. And then if he's wearing his mechanized suit. Batman has a bunch of bad armors too in the animated universe. Captain Carter gets that ass whooped.
Look, this is the funniest thing. The funniest thing is people start throwing out, well, if he got on his mechanic suit, he'll win. If he got his super serum suit, he'll win. But we're talking about Batman. But guess what? Guess what? Prep time. We have to give all these parameters. But check this out. We underestimate Captain Carter. Lethal. Strength is above Captain America. Shown. Leaping from building to building. Jumping from planes to planes. All right? Lethal. But I digress. I just wanted to
all things that Batman has also done.
Yeah, but Captain Carter did it better.
Captain Carter couldn't. But let's say we're just saying that Batman is a raw, naked ass man. There's nothing enhanced with him. He's just in his suit. Everything that he's just in his normal bat suit. Everything that you listed that Captain Carter's done, he's done.
And guess what?
He didn't have no super serum. He's just at the peak of human ability.
At the peak human ability lies.
Okay. But you prove my point. Batman bodies Captain Carter.
No, Captain Carter solos Batman on, well, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10 times. What I will say is 7 out of 10 times.
Can we go back to what Charles Hazleton III said? Batman, because Captain Carter is like a lesser or maybe equal to Bane.
Number one, let's go ahead and rep that out. Captain Carter is faster and stronger than Bane. She would take out Bane faster than Batman would.
But she would get bodied by Batman, regardless. We're not arguing whether they could both meet up.
Batman has been bodied by Bane. We forget that.
Right. He had no prep time. We've given him prep time.
Hold on. Prep time? What comic book y'all talking about?
That is Batman's one and only superpower. Prep time.
No, he got gadgets. That's his. And you know what? I got an interesting question at the end in reference to Batman and Iron Man that we're gonna discuss. Okay. Let me
I think we solved this topic because the comment section says Batman.
Man, forget that comment section.
So I'm 100% right now. Let's go.
Y'all don't know nothing.
So far, I'm 100%.
No, you're not. You below the.
I did lose the Shang-Chi. I'm 2-1. Let's go.
Whatever. Hold on. I'm pulling it up because I didn't have time. Oh, now this is the one.
So while you pulling it up, Mr. Drees, Paul, the reason we're just going. What we did was we're just going off of the MCU, but since Captain Marvel is an anime or Captain Carter is an animated feature addition to MCU, I made him include the DCAU so that Batman would win. Because that's exactly what would happen.
No, so check this out, right? You need to get a full story. He don't be giving the full story, right? Look, he don't be giving the full story.
That son.
He don't get a full story. So check this out. Let me put this up here. Thank you, Nick Greer. If Batman straight off fought Captain Carter without knowing who she is, she wins. Yeah. But that's what y'all been saying. His superpower is prep.
Yes. Anyway. Does he know he's about to fight Captain Carter? If he knows he's about to fight Captain Carter, he's about to mop the floor with Captain Carter.
Yeah, but what if Captain Carter knows she's about to fight Batman? She gonna mop the floor with him?
She don't have nothing other than the shield. I got a garbage can lid.
She got Howard
Super
Stark. She got Howard Stark. Howard Stark, which is the equivalent of Batman and Lucius Fox.
But listen, we're not talking about Batman building. We're not talking about Batman building a new gadget to fight Captain Carter. He's just going to use what he has at his disposal.
And he's going to get dusted. He's going to get dusted. What he going to do? Shoot a grappling hook at it? She going to block it with the shield. He going to throw a grenade at it. He going to block it with the shield. He going to try to kick that with block it with the shield.
No, knowing Batman, seeing his fighting style, knowing that he likes to apply ninjutsu, knowing that Captain Carter has heightened senses of both smell and hearing, he would probably throw a flashbang laced with a putrid smelling kind of dust, which would then nullify both of those. Flashbang's going to throw off her equilibrium. As he's done that, before she can regain, he's already gotten behind her. He's shot out his electric grapple. When she goes to counter that, he's already coming down with the foot. She's catching that to the chin. Batman is a ninja, my good man. Captain Carter is a cheerleader that took steroids.
No, Captain Carter is an agent of the military who was trained in combat.
He was a desk agent.
So when he throws his flashbang, she's already up in the air on his ass.
No. Because he's not moved. That's the thing. Batman moves. Batman's movements. Listen, I sound like I hate Batman. And this is why. Is because you sound
like a lover of Batman. You love Batman.
But I hate him. I can't stand him. It's almost like me and the Cowboys. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but I know so much about the Cowboys because I hate them so much.
No. Listen, I got to cut you off. Paul, the reason, if you don't get that off the screen, that right there is the poorest writing in the history of writing. That is like saying Batman, and now I'm on Batman again. That's like saying Batman put Superman in the same hole. Nowhere it's gonna happen. Batman put Doomsday in the same hole. That is not gonna happen. Now, Black Panther can put Captain Carter in that same hole. He can even put Iron Fist. He could probably get Luke Cage in that same hole. But I don't think he's going to get Luke Cage and the whole Luke Cage in that same hole. And the Hulk.
That was terrible writing. Let's just be honest. That was terrible writing.
Look, like in the comics. We've seen that in the comics. And if I didn't, you know, after we discussed it later on, because I mean, when I read it, I was like, oh, damn, that's bad. That's tight. But then after a while and talking to people like Dave Wesley over here, I started realizing that was poor writing.
Yeah, it's terrible writing. It's terrible writing. But that's what I'm saying. You because so much of Batman's character is made up from the terrible writing, it becomes a part of his superpower. It becomes a part of who the character is. And with that in mind, Batman could beat up anybody given enough prep time.
I digress.
Let's move on. Shall we move on? That's right. Fly, Eagles, fly.
This next one, I know we're going to probably go on for a while. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ain't ready for this? Y'all watch this.
Let's fight.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Like,
Ouch.
oh, God.
Hey, I'm gonna let the comment section take care of this one, man. Like, I mean, the dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little unfair because you're using animated Ultron. Yes, I get it. He exists in the MCU. The MCU has an animated section out. I get it. But that puts the DCEU at a disadvantage because that means we can't link their stuff to that character in this fight. But there, if we say just going off of the MCU Ultron himself, the Ultron that exists in the MCU that got beat up by the Avengers, Superman bodies him. If we have the Vision Ultron with all the Infinity Stones, then if you allow me to pull in Superman's feats from the animated universe, that's a different fight. That's a different fight.
Listen. First of all, right, what I enjoy about a lot of you guys, Nick Greer and Dave Wesley, is how y'all use animation versus live action when there's a bigger category. None of these mugs is real. Like, we enjoying the argument and talk about some people that ain't even real and they all written up. But we will take it and break it down. And the reason why I'm enjoying this conversation so much is because I've witnessed MCU, where people say, nah, it's not canon to the MCU, and then it's comic books, and I watch these arguments, oh, that's anime, this, and it's like whoever the writer says. But in the argument with Superman versus Ultron, and I thought about this before I even put it up, and it was funny to me to see people actually say Superman would win. And I was thinking, is this because of what Dr. Manhattan said in the comic book?
Yeah.
No. Guess what? No matter what Superman does against Ultron with the Infinity Stones, we're talking about Infinite Ultron. There's no way that Superman wins. He would have to get a team like the Watcher did to take out Infinity Ultron. He's not taking out him by himself. That's nothing he can do. We seen what Captain what's her name? Captain Marvel, what she attempted to do, Scarlet Witch, what she attempted to do. Who else was it? The Watcher, what he attempted to do. I'm talking about he went to countless universes and destroyed them.
Listen, again, I think it's a little imbalanced, but I will say this. Those characters are real to me. And here's why I say they're real to me. If you put a character in front of me and I am supposed to ingest it and I'm supposed to take this character in, I have to believe it, right? I have to believe this character. So I open my mind up to the infinite possibility of there's a world that exists where Superman exists. And there's a world that exists that Ultron with all the Infinity Stones and Vision in him exists. And when I do that, that's when I'm like, okay, well, that's why we can have that argument at such the level that we get to have them at, is because for guys like me and a bunch of others, I'm sure in the comic section, those characters become real to us because we put ourselves in that universe with them while we enjoy their titles. With that being said, Ultron beats the dog shit out of DC EU Superman with all the Infinity Stones, because we've already seen all he has to do is, and it's a wrap.
And what got me on this is if I'm diming anybody out, let me know. There were some comments to say that, well, it's depending on where they fight at. If they fight where there's a sun around, Superman can keep coming back. And I kept thinking to myself, like, huh? And then Superman, he can go Superman Prime, and I'm like,
he can't go Superman Prime. That's
well, here's the thing. With characters that powerful, and remind me to say something about Infinity Ultron at the end. What characters is powerful as Superman Prime, Dr. Manhattan, the Spectre, the tribal, what's his name? The
Living Tribunal.
Yeah, the Living Tribunal. I'll be messing up names. I know you're gonna climb.
World Breaker Hulk.
No. World Breaker Hulk don't even get to this level. With guys like that I just named, we talking about a preemptive strike. Whoever strike first and strike hard, they will take out the other person, the other superhero or other entity because of the power that they have. Like if Superman was to totally just unleash on Wonder Woman in the first couple of seconds, she doesn't have a chance. If we went even higher, if the Spectre was to attack the Living Tribunal, there's nothing the Living Tribunal can do for a preemptive strike. If he unleashed, if he's like, hey, guess what? This guy ain't coming back. I'm unleashing everything in the first blow. Usually what we get in the comic books is we get a nice little story to get us drawn in. And that story is we watch them fight a little bit. They throw some blows. They use some powers here and there. But if it's who's one of the most lethal characters in the MCU, not in the MCU, but in comic books where they don't take no trash. It's like once you come across this person, you done. And I was looking for that before I came in. Who?
Spawn. He goes from his first series, from the first 3 comic books. He went all out. He learned about his powers, learned that they would be drained, resorted back to what he was good at, and then he realized that he had to go full bore. He learned that when he fought Overkill, and that's how he lived. He ended up, okay, next time I see him, I'm shooting everything out of you, and then he handed his body back. So I would say Spawn is the most brutal.
Okay, okay. So we'll go with that. So if Spawn was at his top power levels, at his most powerful form, and he knew that and he was about to get in a fight, we'll go with the gold. We ain't gonna go with the Golden Boy Superman. We'll go with Thanos.
He bodies Thanos.
Straight out the box, he bodies Thanos. And again, comic books Thanos is powerful as hell. Yeah. But if comic book Thanos was to say, hey, I'm gonna take out the Spectre, there's a possibility that Thanos' power could not take out the Spectre.
Right.
If he went all out in that first round. However, Galactus, if it was his first and preemptive attack, and he said, I'm taking this dude out, the Spectre in the first round, Galactus probably could accomplish that. But we never, or we'll go back to Marvel Comics just for the hell of it. It's like with Galactus and Thanos. We never get something in the comic books where one of them say, you know what? I'm tired of this guy. He got to go. And it goes to the Injustice. What I loved about the Injustice storyline, when Superman kind of got angry, he gave him a chance. And then when they didn't do what he said, that was it. And a lot of characters.
Oh, you're talking about when he gave the world a chance.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say he didn't give Batman or anybody a chance when it came to the Joker. He said, "Where is he at?" Oh, okay.
Exactly. And now that's what makes these comic books, like in the Injustice, so lethal. I mean, even though like in Infinity War and Endgame, we followed Thanos and he was kind of ruthless, but he could have been more ruthless. You know what I'm saying? But we had to have a storyline. So in the end, he could have just took out Tony Stark and then ended that whole part about Tony Stark coming back and doing the snap or whatever and taking him out. I mean,
he could have specified. He could have specified in the snap that Tony was dead too.
Right. There you go. So I mean, he could have been straight ruthless, but we write a storyline to keep the people engaged. And even with that storyline at the end of Infinity War, we still felt bad because half the universe was gold. But he could have just went ahead and said, "Hey, all y'all gone, all superheroes out of here," like Wanda did when she said no more mutants. Like that was a preemptive strike. She took out all the mutants. Like, you're done.
That's why I think it's important that when we're doing these kind of battle kind of things, we have to preface it with they're meeting, under some type of circumstance that would cause them to fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. Max power. You give anybody on that list a full max power shot before the other person knows it's coming, the fight could drastically go different. You know what I mean? In either way. You know what I'm saying? But if we put some kind of parameters in there that makes it a fair fight or fair-ish, taking the bodies of work, their combat styles, and what would cause them to fight to begin with, I think we can get a more accurate picture.
Now, let's talk about Infinity Ultron and that last what if, right? Mm-hmm. That was weak writing again.
Oh, yeah.
You made a character so powerful, you had to figure out a way for the heroes to win. And what you chose, I'm not mad at you, but what you chose is an arrow going through Ultron's neck while Captain Carter pulls his neck up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you wrote. That's what you wrote. So even though you said, "Oh, well, Captain Carter was powered up," I give you that. But I feel like that Ultron's form, an arrow should not have pierced his shit.
I mean, and one little blaster from a small spacecraft shouldn't have blew up the Death Star, but it did.
Again, writing.
No, that was great writing at that time. That was great writing. We see it. We see it now as poor writing because we realize how stupid you would have to be to build something with that very specific design flaw. It's almost like you were sabotaged on purpose, right? You know what I mean? And then later in the movies, it comes out that that's exactly the case. But I mean, I'm just saying. It can be viewed as bad writing, but also it's creative writing because you have to think about it. You have a character. He's got the 6 Infinity Stones, arguably 2 of the most powerful non-organic entities in Marvel, right? Vision and Ultron, they're combined, and they have the Infinity Stones. Right. It would be his weakness would have to be so minute, you know what I'm saying, that no one could beat him because it was so small. So it's actually pretty creative writing when you think about it, because how else do you beat him? Everything else is lame. Oh, you find a way to, it's predictable. Find a way to get the Infinity Stones away from him. Find a way to separate the adamantium. I mean,
So
no one was expecting an arrow going into the neck to be the kill shot.
Arrow going into the neck of vibranium, adamantium, possibly Uru. We don't know what metal he had, but we know it was stronger than that. And I would go to say, just so everybody can be mad with me, because I'm gonna be the one to do it today. I'm Mac Jr. today. If that arrow ain't piercing Superman neck, it ain't piercing Ultron Infinity's neck, Infinity Ultron's neck. If it ain't piercing Black Adam's neck, it ain't piercing Infinity Ultron's neck. But again, it was a great storyline. I enjoyed it. I like what they did. I like the creativity. I just kind of feel like they should have brought in a more powerful character along with the cast to help out. And that's usually
predictable. But that's predictable. You just don't get someone stronger to beat up the strong guy. That's predictable. They already jumped around the universe.
The Arrow's predictable.
No.
Yeah.
We'll never get through the list if we get stuck here. Let's go to the next. We'll never get through the list. We'll come back to that.
No, we're going to come back this for the next 20 weeks because I'm disappointed. All right. Hold on. So this one here, don't get mad with me, but I had to put it in Instagram and what's the other one called? YouTube Shorts, because I've been doing YouTube Shorts and I didn't have time after work to put it back the way it was. So here we go. Why ain't got no sound?
I don't know, bro. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Was that Fat Thor? Or that was fresh, just got Stormbreaker Thor?
I mean, let's run both scenarios.
Oh, Fat Thor gets bodied by Darkseid.
Okay, I can go with that.
But fresh just got Stormbreaker, fresh off the loss of his father, just took the brunt of a dying star to the chest, pissed off. He just lost his brother. Just watched Hulk get beat up with Stormbreaker. Yeah, he cutting Darkseid head smooth the hell off.
Look, and he warmed up because he's been battling.
Yeah, so he,
even if we haven't seen him doing anything yet.
Yeah, that's how you know a dude's strong, though. You know how evil he's gonna be, and all you gotta do is see him. Boom, Thor.
Well, I really
Thor.
So check this out. The only one that I will go back and forth over. The only one I go back and forth over is the Superman and Infinity Ultron. I think that's a no-brainer, but there are people on TikTok like, yo, Superman solos, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. Nah. But this one, Thor and Darkseid, I would say is pretty even, except for two things. Where I say Thor takes it, and I use again 7 out of 10 times, because in the beginning of the Snyder Cut, we watched is it Thor? No, it's Ares. We watched Ares cut Darkseid with the axe in the shoulder, and then that kind of slowed him. That slowed him down. He had to leave, and I don't know if that's the weaker Darkseid, and then he grew stronger over time, and that's what we see at the end of the movie, or because that's why I say Thor would take him 7 out of 10 times.
I would say I got to give it to Thor because Mjolnir, even in the movies, moved at the speed of light, and Thor could catch it. That means he can react to the speed of light, which gives him.
Saying that 3 weeks ago.
We didn't have Thor against. Yeah, you caught me completely off guard. But we're talking about Superman anyway. Superman versus Thor. At that point, okay. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. But you severely hampered Superman by saying it could only be the DCEU, which is the worst written universe I've ever seen in all of my life. Marvel kept.
Why this dude been testing me this whole time, talking about this the worst written thing? Come on now, DCEU it ain't at Marvel level, but
it's the worst written universe that you.
Yeah, I muted him. I can't take it. It hurts. Oh God.
Worst written universe.
Part of the reason you blocked too. You blocked too. Both of y'all off the show. I can't handle this kind of hate in my life.
It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. You just listen. I mean, look, the CW is a dumpster fire, except for what? I mean, Flash was dope at the beginning. Arrow was dope at the beginning, but everything else after that was trash.
Well,
it's just poorly written. They didn't pull the source material. They didn't do a good job connecting the characters to its original source and endearing them to the fans. And Marvel did. Sorry.
Well, since you said Flash was good in the beginning, I thought the same thing until I started watching all the way through. Flash sucked from the first season all the way to the end because
man, I need a kick button.
Listen, when I seen Captain Cold take out Flash, that
happens in the comic books all the time, though. It's what makes Flash great.
No, it would make Flash suck. Anyway,
what? This guy, I could tell you was slow when you was running growing up. That's why you don't like the Flash. He had the slowest 40 time on the football team, and that's why he don't like Flash.
Anyways,
Black Lightning was low key trash.
What?
Low key trash.
Now, see, you must have got in trouble with the principal a lot. That's why you don't like Jefferson Pierce. You know what I'm saying? You would hate on Jefferson Pierce. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Let me take some of that back. I just want to start some controversy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When the Flash first came out, I was on the sofa every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Like you couldn't interrupt my life. The Flash is coming on, and I watched the Flash religiously all the way up until the 6th season, no matter what. Right. So, and then I gave Black Lightning the same chance, and Black Lightning was kind of up and down. I did the same thing. I just couldn't do Arrow. I couldn't get into Arrow. I even gave Supergirl the same attention. And
I gave you 3 episodes.
Right. And some of the writing was trash. Y'all right, man. What's the other one? Not Guardians of the Galaxy. What's the other ones? The Legends?
That one. Oh man, that is trash, bro.
I tried. I just couldn't do it. It's one more.
Legends of Tomorrow. That was oh my God, it was just terrible.
Oh, is it Batgirl or Batwoman?
Batwoman.
I thought that when they switched over to a sister in the 2nd season, we would do something. No. I mean, first season, I couldn't do it. And then 2nd season, I gave it another chance. And so y'all right.
Yeah, it was the same way with the Titans. I couldn't watch that because they made Dick Grayson violent. I'm like, that's not Dick Grayson character. That's Jason Todd, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just so bad. All of it was. It's just so bad. That's why it was so hard for me to defend Superman against Thor. Is because it's like if all I can pull from is the DCEU, it's written so poorly. Like, of course. You don't like the fact that you handicapped me. It's okay. I tell the truth.
God. Damn. Nick Greer, the only reason why you like Batwoman is because of the chick. That's the only reason why you like Batwoman. Other than that, there's nothing else that Batwoman can do that does nothing else. You just like it for the chick. Just be truthful. Just come on and say, y'all right, man. Y'all right.
And when it comes to Paul DeReason, he's right. I will give that hands down. Visually, if you take out all of the dialogue and like have somebody replace the dialogue, visually, DCEU is on par with the MCU, if you ask me. Visually, it's the writing.
Are you talking about Batwoman? Are you talking about Batwoman? You gotta be talking about Batwoman. You're right, Nick Greer, but you know, he entitled to his opinion. Well, I knew he was gonna say it. I knew he was gonna say it.
Yeah, okay. We get to it. Now we're getting to the bottom of things.
Right. No, but you know what? I can't disagree with you on what you said about the Titans and what y'all saying. That is true. That's what drew me in because you watching the previews, you watching the commercials, and then you're like, "Oh snaps, let me get into this," and then you like, "Really?"
Yeah, they made Starfire. They made Starfire like an amnesic, like prostitute. Like, did I say it right? Amnesic. Is that how we say it?
Yeah.
She forgot everything. Whatever that is. Whatever, yeah. And like she was a prostitute. Like, why was that necessary? Like, why was it necessary? Like, why was that necessary to put that in there? Like,
exactly.
Like 2 episodes, I was done. I was like, come on, man. The hooker wig was terrible, bro. Like, it was bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Come on, man. You gotta get through this. We only got about 8 minutes.
Nah, hey, look. Now, listen. Y'all gotta go check out. Y'all gotta go check out man Charles Hazelton III video. We'll play it next week. Most beautiful women on the planet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna play that in the beginning because we got all of them in one video. We got them all of them in 2 videos. There's so many of them we had to put them in 2 videos. But anyways, let's get on with this thing. So I want to say thanks for the commentary and the feedback on the different characters. It's always fun to do some arguments. Let's get into cosplay of the week, and hopefully it's not messed up because I had to rush after work and get it.
Cosplay of the week. Cosplay of the week. This week's winner is. And here are this week's picks.
These things I manifest and be only my definitions of fresh. Definitions of fresh. And I'm rocking fresh. Every refresh. Every refresh. The best that I can. No impressions or second guessing. What you see is what you getting. I live no regretting. No love lost or forgetting. I'm just betting and begging for the next day. Glad I stayed. A better tomorrow's only a day away. But why wait for tomorrow when I could make it better today? An innovator, intellect penetrator, no imitator can be
So Dave West.
I knew Show Enough was going to win. I knew Show Enough was going to win.
Two winners in a row. That's what I'm talking about. So what we're gonna do differently this week is after this, I'm gonna upload the cosplay of the week video into the shorts. and then you can go and vote on that. All right, vote on there, and then we'll again choose the winner based on votes and post it the next week. And before we get ready to close this thing out, you always know we got to give some shots out. Shots out to Dave Wesley. Make sure y'all.
The progress is healing the wound that the blow made, and they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. You have.
Make sure y'all check out his show tomorrow. Tell him where you're gonna be at. Tell him what we're doing. How we're doing it.
You can check us out on In All Seriousness podcast on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook. In All Seriousness will be the one holding the brain, and then on Instagram, In All Seriousness as well. Just replace the E's with 3s on the Instagram, and you'll be able to find us there. This week, we're going to finish out a conversation that we started a couple weeks back. We're talking about the weaponization of Christianity. This week, we're going to talk about the weaponization of Christ himself. And we're going to walk that timeline on in just America, not the world, because that's way too much for a guy that doesn't have a staff to take on. So we're just going to walk the timeline of the weaponization of Christ here in America, not in an attempt to sway anyone from believing in God or Jesus or anything, because I believe in God, I believe in Jesus. What we want people to understand is that your belief does not have to be everyone else's belief, and there should be no way that my belief system should be intertwined into the law structure. So that's what we'll be talking about.
Okay. He got all serious on us, didn't he? Made me nervous. Y'all get some? I gotta turn on the host. I gotta turn on the host vibe. You know, that's why I like coming over here. I get to lay back and be the guest. Did y'all check out Mr. Wesley's new background he got back there? He's showing off his bet status.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Look nice, man. Look nice. I like it.
Yeah, we had to redo it.
Okay. I like that. So, you want to close it out?
I don't have access to it, but I think I remember. What was it? It was Rip Jazzleton II. What was it? How you do it? How you do it? How you say it?
Oh, God.
It's like I know it's crazy. It's like a crazy Thurston Howell III or some shit like that, right? Like
Thurston Howell III.
Thurston Howell III. Run that outro.
Oh, it's Charles Hazleton III.
I mean, man, we could have just read with it. All right, my bad. Charles Hazleton III. Run that outro.
Oh God.
MYECOMICS is the best. I guess you know why I'm on.
The progress is healing the wound that the blow made, and they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. You have.
Where are we at? And broadcast.